Howdy, folks. Today we're playing Mono Black Monument in Aetherdrift Standard. This deck was inspired by the Temur Monument deck I played the other day, and I was like, I want to play Mono Black Monument because it's going to pair very well with Liliana of the Veil. So you can tick up, discard a card, and then we can turn that actually into an advantage with Monument. Either draw a card back, create a treasure token, or lose 3 life for our opponents. To facilitate that, we have Harvester of Mystery, which is a discard for its 2 mana cost, and target gets -2/-2, triggers your Monument. Bitter Triumph is another removal spell, lets you discard a card. Anoint with Affliction, just a good removal spell in Standard. I think having these 10 removal spells here, I think is hopefully going to be enough against the early game. With Collector's Vault, just a great enabler for your Monument to Endurance, filters your hand well, finds you your Monument, and then makes you treasures as well, which the treasures are really good for Beseech the Mirror. Beseech the Mirror can go and find any of these cards, or whether we need a Collector's Vault, Cryptcaller Chariot, Liliana of the Veil, Monument to Endurance, whatever we need in the moment, we can go get it. Cryptcaller Chariot is a 4 mana vehicle that whenever you discard one or more cards, create that many tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. So it can make you quite the army there, and that's really the core of the deck, is to get a Liliana or a Monument, Chariot, all these cards on the field, and really start grinding your opponent out of value engine that way. But since we are a discard deck, we have Lilianas, have ways to discard, and we have a Beseech the Mirror in the deck. I decided that we should add Valgavoth, Terror Eater, just the biggest reanimation targeted in Standard. So that way, if you're discarding with a Liliana throughout the game or whatever, you can find the Zombify with a Beseech the Mirror eventually, which is fantastic. Or you can just draw the one of Zombify if you happen to be lucky enough. Or you can just cast the Valgavoth, surprisingly, actually, with all the treasures from the Monument to Endurance and Collector's Vault. So I think it's really a pretty reasonable game plan here. This is a deck that has a lot of tokens in it, with the treasure tokens, the zombie tokens, treasure tokens from Monument, that I think Fountainport is going to be good in the deck, swamps otherwise, and then the Mycosynth Gardens. If you're playing Monument to Endurance and you have room in the mana base, which really only happens if you're a monocolored deck, I think, you can add the Mycosynth Gardens and copy up your Monument, and that's when the deck gets absurd, when you have multiple Monuments on the field at a time. I don't think it'll be necessarily as fun as the Temur version, because we're not just casting a million spells a turn, but it could be more powerful. The average card quality is a lot better in this deck, so we'll see. We'll see if this deck performs any better. That deck did well, though. We'll see how it goes on the ladder. All right, for opponents on a creature deck, maybe this works. We'll see. Flood Farm Verge. Okay, yeah, I don't know if that'll be the case. Nice thing about the Collector's Vault is maybe that can help us discard some stuff. Let's discard some Anoints. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Is this the Monument deck? Not the Monument, the Omniscience deck. I think they would have played something by now. It's probably just blue-white control. Fountainport. Kind of seems that way. Do they have removal for Collective Vault? They might be super scared of it. Okay, Jace.
For the sake of Phyrexia,
We can play Monument next turn, though. And then whenever we discard, we get some good value.
Organic minds
Zombify. Interesting. Okay, just take this time to get the Monument down. Now we can Collector's Vault and gain value that way. Make a treasure token. Make 2 treasure tokens on the first one. Can Beseech as well next turn. If we really need to cast a spell, but I don't anticipate needing to. Jeez, opponent's probably just going to mill us out is the plan. Base, okay. Gain 4, draw a card. It's not bad. Okay, let's activate this Collector's Vault. Get rid of this Anoint. I want to draw a card or create a treasure token. I think we want to draw a card here. Another swamp. Anoint. Pass the turn. We have Beseech. Unfortunately, just the Anoint draw against our opponent's non-aggro deck is tough. Gonna continue to try to get rid of them. Jace ticking up, or are you coming down and playing a second one? They might be scared to mill us. Okay, they are going to mill us. See if we hit a Valgavoth. Did not hit a Valgavoth there, unfortunately. Opponent's probably looking through, seeing what kind of deck we are. Seeing if they need to be scared about a reanimation spell or not. Another Jace, yep, coming in.
I've already read your thoughts. You won't.
Okay, ticks up the Jace. Good our turn. Could deadly cover up for a Jace here. I think that's actually what we're gonna do. Get the Jaces out of their deck. Get rid of these two things. Destroy the creature. Get rid of the Jace. None in hand. 2 in library. So they have Ride's End, Besa. So Jace looks like their only win con. Okay. It's good to know. We would like to be able to kill this Jace. Bitter Triumph would let us do it. So if you want to find a Bitter Triumph, we could Beseech for a Bitter Triumph. Worst case scenario. Okay, they're just going to mill us. If they hit a Valgavoth, they do. Jace on 1. Day of Judgment times 2 means Valgavoth's kind of bad. So what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 Liliana's gone. We could get a Liliana here. Make our opponent start discarding. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's bargain. Sacrifice here. Hopefully, I mean, if they do counterspell here, that's brutal. Okay, let's go ahead and get Liliana. Let's play it. They can Fountainport here, that's fine. I'm not really sweating that. Tick up on the Liliana.
But I'm taking the credit when we win.
Get rid of this Anoint.
We all have things we'd rather.
Okay, and we want to make our opponent lose 3 life. I think that's one of the ways we can help win this game. How many monuments do we have in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, the rest of our monuments are there. We could find a Mycosynth Garden. We only have 2 in the graveyard. We have a 3rd one in the deck. Collector's Vault can wait, I think. And what we want to do, because that way we can make our opponent lose 3 more life. Going to make them lose 6 life a turn cycle. We're on 14 cards. Made a treasure token, still planning on drawing. Yep, they're going to plus up.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
See what else they do. Bitter Triumph here ever. We're feeling good. Fountainport for us is like whatever. We don't really care about Fountainport too much. It's not a Fountainport game for us. Okay, they're going to draw. See if they can't find something to help them get out of this. $15. They can go to 12 here. Temporary lockdown. Okay. It's fine. We'll go ahead and use this right now. Draw a card, discard a card. Discard a swamp, I believe. Lose 3 life. Get their treasure token. Okay, we can play Harvester. So what else is in our deck exactly right now? That we could get here. Anything in exile? Collector's Vault. Should have it in our Collector's Vault. I think with the Beseech. But we'd have to sack a token for it. Let's just start with plussing. This Anoint is not doing anything, so let's get it out of our hand. This right end's not doing anything from them, so they'll probably get rid of that. Day of Judgment, okay. Okay, let's make them lose 3 life. So we could play the Harvester and make them wipe the board. That means they're not doing anything else with their mana. Zombify a Valgavoth. Let's just play a Harvester, I think. We're on 12 here. 12 cards in our library. Our opponent can mill us for 6 right now if he wanted to. If they wanted to. Isaiah. Yep, -3, -0. That's fine. No big deal there. Do they want a Day of Judgment here or not? Let's see. No Day of Judgment. So we can start by taking up the Liliana. Seeing what we all discard. See if they ditch this Day of Judgment or not. Okay, they're going to keep the Day of Judgment. They're going to lose 3 life, though. I think we're going to Beseech. So we could return a Valgavoth here, obviously. Okay, let's attack this Jace, see what they do. They're gonna ride Zens. Sure. Okay, I think that means we're gonna Beseech. Oh, do we have a Bitter Triumph left? 1, 2 gone. Should have a Bitter Triumph left, so let's Beseech for it. Go with 2 Bitter Triumphs, Collector's Vault, a Mycosynth Garden, Valgavoth. Definitely getting the Bitter Triumph. Already made him lose 3 life. It's an instant, so on our opponent's upkeep, we're going to get rid of the Jace. They're going to be able to tack down the Liliana a little bit, but that's fine. Credit. Nope, they make a treasure instead of a fish. Okay, pass. And their upkeep. Discard a card. Kill the Jace. Discard the Zombify. Make them lose 3 life. Resolve. Now they have to remove the Liliana or die to this Monument Liliana combo. They have to move one of them. That was their last win con. Unless they can get Jace out of their graveyard. I didn't see it in their deck, but we'll see. See if they draw here. See if we can squeak this one out. And we do. That feels good. That's a nice win there, guys. It's a nice win. Good start with the deck. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first. This is not the best hand, but and discard a Valgavoth. I think we're going to keep mono red. Okay, we have Harvester. Bitter Triumph. We'll see. Mono red can be a tough matchup on the draw. We'll see if some combination of Harvester and Triumph gets us there. If they just play the 2/2 Prowess Haster, I think we'll just harvest it on our turn to avoid anything else. Yep, Everheart Challenger. We're gonna harvest that on our turn to avoid them prowessing their way out of it. But it does kind of put us in a precarious spot with no lands. They have a Swift Spear, Black Leaf Cliffs. This is probably the Fling version. I don't think there's really a strong reason to play black unless you're playing Fling. Soul Sword, whatever that card's name is. Callous Cell Sword, I think. I just think off the top of my head. Opponent has a decision here, I think. They're probably thinking about whether they want to run on another creature or if they wanted to stack on the Swift Spear. If they're really thinking about it, they probably means they have only good choices, like between maybe Screaming Nemesis plus Monstrous Rage. So they're choosing between Screaming Nemesis potentially or Monstrous Rage plus some combination of shocks and other pumps. My guess here is that they are going to go in just with the Swift Spear. I think if you have an opportunity where the coast is clear, you can jam your pump spells. It's a good one. Hardfire Hero, okay. Maybe our opponent was just AFK for a sec. God, I didn't have Hardfire Hero pre-combat on my thought list there. Land here would be ideal. Okay, no land. I think we have to keep this Bitter Triumph up. So we'll go ahead and pass. Okay, opponent doesn't cast anything. Maybe they're looking to stack up this Hardfire Hero. Another Blackleaf Cliffs. I think we're just trying to buy time here. I think we're going to try to force our opponent to play a spell. We'll pass. We're fine to just take the 2, I think. They do cast it on something. Burst Lightning, sure. Alright. That will get us to discard a Valgavoth. This way we'll take 3, 4 there, so down to 9, okay. 9's not 0. It's not ideal though. Did hit a land. Do you want to vault here? Either vault or endurance gets us to a Valgavoth next turn. If we draw an untapped land, because we can beseech it, the bargain cost. I think we'd rather have the vault in case we don't hit it, though. So we can search for it. Opponent coming in. Layer the pump spells on. Probably should put on full control to make our opponent think. Oh, they probably have a Callous Sellsword here, actually. Catch. They're going to fling it. Good game. Yeah, not much we could have done there. But couldn't find the lands. It was close. Either play we play there is not winning. We had to keep... We had to use that Bitter Triumph last turn because I'm sure they had the fling. So either they drew the fling or they turned inside out this turn. And, you know, that's why they're in their deck for our opponents to draw them. But makes it unfortunate for us. GG's. Alrighty, we're going first. We do have Harvester and Collector's Vault. I like this. Have a Chariot eventually to make some creatures. Once on mono black. I think that means we just want to get this Vault down. Maybe get a Valgavoth eventually. Opponent has to think we're a Reanimator deck, but little do they know we're not a Reanimator deck. Deep Cavern Bat. Alright, come to see what you gotta take the Harvester, I imagine. Come see what you want to see here. If they don't take the Harvester, I think we're gonna use draw discard and use the Harvester on the bats. So I think they have to take the Harvester here. They don't want us to do that. Do take the Harvester. They find the line. Okay. Well, now we can just do that same thing anyway. Let's activate here. Don't need a second Beseech, I don't think. Let's pass. Plan to remove the bats on the end on their end step, unless there happens to be a more pressing creature that comes our way. They don't know these two cards. Probably don't get rid of artifacts well. Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. That in the stack. I think we have to get rid of this Deep Cavern Bat. I think we might as well. If we hit this Deep Cavern Bat, then we just end up with this hand. If we hit this Deep Cavern Bat, we probably also end up with this hand, but now they have one less attacker this turn, so. Okay, assume they're taking Harvester. Maybe we can get the Chariot down next turn if we draw lands. Might be scared of the Beseech. They want the Chariot. Interesting. Can get it back with a Harvester. Land is solid. So yeah, next turn we can Beseech for a Monument. So we'll just keep up this Harvester. Could even play it next turn if our opponent plays something else we want to kill with it. Very unlikely they're going to run another spell into it though. 4 swamps for our opponent. Could make a Collector's Vault too. I don't think a second Collector's Vault is great though. This is really for your monuments. Yeah, we'll take some damage. See what they want to do here. They have another removal. And X. Okay, that's fine. They're going to start drawing there. Okay, we're going to try to get this card back. Collector's Vault. Liliana's not bad. They're all good. It's our only removal spell. I think we gotta get rid of the Chariot. Could get rid of the Zombify. It's not really doing much right now. Okay. Yep, Zombify it is. Chariot. Play into Collector's Vault and start doing things with the Chariot. Now we might eventually Mycosynth Gardens to get this Collector's Vault going again. Okay, opponent does have the Demon. That's pretty good. We're gonna go down to 15 here. Let's draw, make a bat or zombie tapped. Valgavoth. That's so awkward. Oh my goodness, it's so awkward that we just ditched the Zombify, but that's fine. All right, get rid of your Bloodletter. Get in for 2. Actually, I should have activated that. Okay, my bad. Should have activated the Chariots. Can't Beseech right now. Zombifying Yard is so tough. So we'll see what's going on. Duresses us. Okay. Sure. Take the Beseech. Just really, we want a Monument. Takes the Chariot. Okay, well, we're gonna get another token there. Bats the Beseech the Mirror. Okay. Let's activate this in the meantime. Discard the Beseech. That way they don't have anything under there. Okay. Swamp here. we do want to discard. Swamp isn't doing us anything. I think we just want to get a bunch of creatures on the field. What do they get rid of? And we do that now so we can crew. Oh, it does come in tap, so I guess we maybe didn't need to do that now. Okay, let's get in here. Shouldn't have a 1 mana removal spell, so this Cryptcaller Chariot's safe. Cut down, sure. Good damage up down to 10. The question is, do we want to copy the Chariot or do we want to copy the Collector's Vault? If we copy the Chariot, we can make an even bigger board. They can make their 6/6 here, but we bring a pretty big board to swing around that. Edict. Edict is good. We're all in on these zombies. What do they have here? Slasher would be bad. We'll see. Opponent's definitely just contemplating what we have over here. In a little bit of a rough spot. If they don't have a demon, they're gonna go down to 8. And we're gonna have 10 power and tokens, I think. They're gonna be able to block one. Do they have a wrath? That's the real question. Okay, are they gonna attack? I don't think I would attack. Yep, blocking seems like the better idea. Okay, they're gonna go ahead and lose some life. Shouldn't have artifact removal. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy for 4. Auto pay on the 4. Draw, discard. Delete, cover up. Sure, didn't need that. Make some zombies. And that's enough for our opponent to concede. That's big time. GG's. Alrighty, opponent's gonna go first. We have removal on 2. Not a lot else fast otherwise. We'll see if we can draw some stuff. Could be good depending on the matchup. Alright, Swamp. We have Fountainport as well. Okay, Collector's Vault. Can it counter it is the real question. No counter spell, okay. Blue-white control probably here. Stock up certainly looks that way. Leon here would be really good. Probably have Jaces and stuff. Fountainport. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go ahead and pass. We're going to discard a Valgavoth. And I think that might get our opponents scared that we're a pretty hardcore Reanimator deck. Blast Zone. They can tick up to get to the Collector's Vault. It's fine. Can't take it down and get rid of the Chariot tokens at least. It's a repeatable way to get some card advantage. Okay, yep, they're gonna do their thing. Pass the turn, I imagine. We're gonna discard this Valgavoth. Yeah, okay. Valgavoth time. Get that in a graveyard. That is a Beseech. Oh, if this was a different deck, we could go just jam Zombify. I think kind of like Liliana because that means we can assume they'll counter it, but that means also we have Collector's Vault trigger up still. No, do not counter the Liliana.
This is my home. And
Okay, don't think we need second Fountainport.
Drop it.
Yep, we can ditch it. Did they discard? Diversifying our mana value on our permanents for a blast them as well. Day of Judgment, okay. Might have wished to keep that later if we can get this chariot down. They do have a Get Lost, okay. They do play Get Lost, that's good to know, I suppose. Down 4 lands. We have tokens we can draw with the Fountainport. Oh, okay. That is very unfortunate. Okay. Gonna get rid of Bitter Triumph, I suppose. Deadly Cover-Up's probably better. Yeah, get rid of Deadly Cover-Up. Alright, Liliana, that's a good draw here. We can get rid of Bitter Triumph, I think. I want to get rid of another Blast Zone, okay. They can charge their Blast Zone up to 3. But would require them to tap out, so we can play a Chariot to... Okay, they need land. We can play a Chariot to make them tap their lands this turn. Chariot's good here. Chariot is certainly good. No lands. Land here is good for us, I believe. Chariot. Do they counter it or not? Negate, huh? Okay, let's tick up here on this Collector's Vault. Now they have a Get Lost into another temporary lockdown. We can Beseech for a Zombify. I guess we wouldn't have a token though. No more Lies in the Yard. Okay, opponent has a clear plan. They want to tick up this Blast Zone to get rid of this Liliana. We want to Beseech. See if our opponent's too scared to let this resolve or not. Okay, gonna let us do it. And now we can get a Collector's Vault here. Play the Collector's Vault. Yep, they're going to take that up so they can try to get rid of Liliana next turn, but it gets our lockdown back in this Collector's Vault as well. Just going to put 1 charge counter on it. Okay, fine by us. You don't want to get rid of this Liliana. Do it at your own peril. Sunfall. Sure. Another land. We can ultimate this Liliana, though. Beza. Okay, just a 4/5. Okay, let's -6. Separate permanents for our opponents. So, Besa and Lockdown can go together with the Blast Zone and one of these cards. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands versus these spells. I like that. That way we can get their last card in hand presumably as well. And they sacrifice all these ones. If they keep these ones, we'll just play another Liliana, make them sack the Besa, and not sure what they'll do there. And if they have the exactly negate, we'll be in trouble, but we'll see. Gotta imagine they want to keep the lands. Oh my goodness. Okay. Liliana time. Do you exactly negate? You do not. Okay. Sacrifice the base and that's all she wrote, folks. That's a good Liliana split for you there. Put our opponent in a bind. Neither option is good. And that's why Liliana's so good against control. Filthy there, folks. GG's. Alrighty, going first. Have a couple bitter triumphs. Chariots, Mycosynth Gardens if we ever draw a monument. Not a bad start. Let's got a nice little robot rolling here. Blue-white aggro. Okay. Pass the turn. Kind of don't want them to start their engines, but also it's a nesting bot. Do I really care? I don't think so. I think we need to save these bitter triumphs for things that matter more. Sure. Swamp past the turn. Do your worst with the nesting bot here. Get that speed going. Regal Bunnycorn. Yeah, pay the life on that one. Chariot. Next turn we have the Deadly cover up to sweep the board. Okay. They're gonna investigate. They're gonna be at max speed too. Knight Errant of Eos. Okay. Not gonna be at max speed. Siren, that's fine. Okay, let's cover up. Keeps the cover up now at 7 here, so we can exile a cover or another Knight Errant. Unless they go full on convoke again. Spyglass Siren could still convoke another one. Then we just deadly cover it up. They kind of always have 2. That's pretty good too. Jams us for a lot, down to 6, full speed. Okay, let's get rid of the Deadly cover-up and the Bitter Triumph. Get this. Do we want the Knight Errant or the Midrange Recruiter? I think we need the Midrange Recruiter gone. Oh, they had another one in hand. Just a good guess there. Should be all of them. They do draw a card, at least. Shouldn't have haste. Pass the turn. Have a Bitter Triumph. We have a Mycosynth Garden to copy here. Really start turning out 2/2s. And they pass. That was good for us. Okay. Alright. We're going to pass. Not bad. Pass to the end of turn. See how much do you want to hit us for? Man, do we do it? I think we do it. Discard a card, target this. Make it 2/2. Gets rid of the map here, gets a 2/2 on the field. I think it's worth. So we can also Mycosynth the Chariot. Warden, is it staying on top? It is, okay. They might have a Knight Errant of Eos here, and they're deciding if they want to attack or not. Let's see what else they have. Could have another Resolute Reinforcements. Alright. 4 here. Need to draw something to discard now. Collector's Vault, that one's good. Alright, let's pass the turn. Hope to avoid another Resolute in Reinforcements. Come on, don't have a second one. No! Okay, yeah, do your thing. Yeah. Knew that was coming. Can I tap them all, though? Sure. Put something on top. Probably a Knight Errant of Eos, so I think that's the only thing you'd really care to put on top. Alright. Let's get these chariots rolling. Sure, get that. I don't really care about that. Go to our turn. Liliana, get that last card in their hands. Yeah, seems good to me.
The Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
See Chrome
You
Coast,
won't be
sure.
outsmarting me.
Pass the turn. See if this is another Resolute Reinforcements or Novice Inspectors. Good, okay. Okay, so they can do this twice. So it's not going to have Vigilance yet. So we're not dead this turn, but we're getting there. They're going to draw. We are dead if they hit a creature here, I suppose. They did put it to the bottom. See if they found it. They didn't find it. Okay, need a removal spell here, though. Push one to the bottom. Alright, that's a 4/5. Okay, it's Collector's Vault here. Monument, sure. Make some 2/2s. Go to our turn. Monument, huh? So this draws us a card. Okay. Alright, so let's say that if they don't have anything, these are 10. We have 16 damage right now. So we can do this on lose 3 life. Okay, let's tick Liliana up. See what they have in there.
Don't overthink.
Let's draw a discard with the Collector's Vault. Yep, that's gone. That's fine. Lose 3 life. Make some tap dorks. Crew. And I think this is a 16. Wow. Can't believe we pieced together the win there. That was phenomenal. Dang. That felt pretty good. Let's hit the wrap up. Alrighty, and we're back with Mono Black Monuments, and this deck was pretty good. I mean, the Chariot cycling and letting you get 2/2s with the Monument, Collector's Vault, all that was very good. We didn't really get to see the full power, I don't think, of the Valgavoth Zombify portion of the deck. So, I mean, obviously that portion of the deck is optional. You can put really anything in there. You can just go up the Anoint, go up a Beseech, go up a Harvester. But I think, Beseech is pretty good in this deck because it can get you Monument, it can get you Chariot, it can get you Liliana, it can get you a removal spell that you need. So I think I do like the plan of just having an I win button in your deck if you discard a Valgavoth and Beseech it back against certain decks. I think it could be very, very powerful. I think I do like that plan still, even though we didn't see it come to its full fruition. But still fun. And the rest of the deck is an absolute powerhouse. I mean, getting to Mycosynth Chariot is brutal. I mean, you get to really start putting it on your opponent with all the tokens, and the opponents really are not expecting to have that many tokens. You can really jank them out of games, as you saw a few times. Super fun deck. Black Monument seems like the real deal. I wouldn't, I'm not going to tell you to go out and craft this deck so you can win every game with the ladder. It's certainly not going to happen, but you would have fun playing it, and it's another one of these decks where, okay, it's not one of the best 5 or 6 decks in Standard, but it is good. It's doing a unique thing with Monument, with artifacts that maybe people aren't totally prepared for in Best of 1 Standard. And it has Liliana, which can win you blue-white control matchups. So it can handle the control. It has Anoint with Affliction, Bitter Triumph. It has a Harvester of Mysteries, ways to compete against aggro. And you have this game plan that's pretty good against mid-range, too. So you have game against a lot of decks if you draw the right cards. But, there's a reason it's not amongst the top 5 or 6 decks in Standard. It's not going to have the best win rates compared to those decks. But you can still rank up, and if you get well, just like yesterday's deck, if you play well with this deck, you can get rewarded. So, if you have these cards laying around, go ahead and try it. You definitely might have Valgavoth laying around. Beseech used to be the hot new thing. Monument you probably have. The only thing you probably don't have just laying around might be some number of, probably all the Chariots. I mean, that's a card that really only goes in this deck, and I don't know if I could say you have to craft it. I mean, if you play this deck, you have to craft it, but I don't think I can say, hey, spend your 4 wild cards here. It's going to win you so many matchups, you know what I mean? But it's it's definitely an option here. You might have Harvester already, so it might be a low wild card investment to get into this deck. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and try it out. Let me know how you do with it. But don't expect to climb to Mythic solely on the back of this unless you put a lot of time into learning it and get a little favorable luck along the way, because people love to jam those top 5 or 6 best decks and prevent you from getting to Mythic. So yeah, thanks for watching though. This deck was super fun, and as always, until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.